all creations and dreams. Let's do that a second time because it is a good boy. Love is the power which brings life and vitality to all creations. We're about to begin the more meditative portion of our service as Robin sings the Lord's Prayer, after which there will be a moment of silence as our oneness blessers and prayer givers will bless the congregation.
O heavenly Spirit, who in love abideth, we worship thee, we praise thy holy name. Teach us thy children evermore to love thee. Thy will be done in earth as heaven today. Teach us thy children evermore to love thee. Thy will be done in earth as heaven today. Oh, give us grace to meet the coming morrow. Forgive our debts as others we forgive. Thou leavest not thy children in temptation, and from all error thou deliverest us. Thine is the kingdom, thine the power and glory, world without end, forevermore. Amen.
And so it is. Today's daily word, Sunday, February the 2nd, the word is guidance. God's wisdom, love, and understanding are written on my heart. In the Bible, the prophet Jeremiah shares an inspiring vision describing God's promise to put my laws within them, and I will write it on their hearts. God's law is spiritual principle, which brings order to the universe and everything in it. It is also God's living guidance, presence in my mind, in my heart, and in my life. Through my prayer and meditation practice, I open to the spiritual law at work in my life. My understanding grows in harmony with this law, and my discernment leads me to make sound decisions in every area of my life. In the silence, I claim the wisdom, love, and understanding that are inherently mine and allow them to guide me. And from Jeremiah, I will put my law within them, and I will write it on their hearts, and I will be their God, and they shall be my people. And that's the daily word for today.
send my love over the mountains. I send my love over the sea. I send my love into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my joy over the mountains. I send my joy over the sea. I send my joy into the heavens, and it returns to me. I send my peace over the mountains. I send my peace over the sea. I send my peace into the heavens, and it returns to me.
We consciously enter into the Holy of Holies within each one of us. And so I invite you to close your outer eyes. Let your breathing find its own rhythm. Become aware that you have a physical body. And as you do that, just take a gentle step away from it for a moment. Notice what might be going on with your body without judging. And just simply become aware that you have a body, but you are not your body. You are more than that. And then take a moment to notice your feelings, your emotions, whatever might be rocking around inside you. And just take a gentle step back from that as well. You don't have to fix anything. Just simply realizing that you have feelings, you have emotions, but they do not define who you are. And then notice your mind, your thinking mind, your intellect, constantly producing thoughts, some which are irrelevant, some which seem important, some not. And as you take a gentle step away from your mind and your thoughts, you become aware that you have them, but they are not who you are. You have a body, but you are more than that. You have feelings and emotions, and you are more than that. You have a mind and thoughts, and you are more than that as well. And take a moment simply to sit with that more of you that is beyond thought, beyond feeling, beyond this material world. And within this knowing is that wee small voice of knowledge and wisdom that is connected to the divine consciousness which we are all a part of. And this morning, each one of us is bringing to the altar a question or a problem or a difficulty that we are looking for an answer for, or a solution, or a healing, or a letting go. And we take that, whatever it is, imagining ourselves holding it in our open hands and bringing it to the altar of divine wisdom in front of us. And as you do that, as you let go into the silence, you open yourself up to the answer, to the healing, to the awareness that your soul is seeking. The answer or the solution might come to you in words, a piece of poetry, line of a song, a memory, a thought, or perhaps even the silence. But know that this divine solution, this connection with the truth of who you are, is always here. It will never leave you. And so in love and in gratitude, in peace and in harmony, take another couple of deep breaths. Come back to your awareness of having a mind, but knowing you are more than that. Of having feelings and emotions, and knowing you're more than that. And having a body, knowing you're more than that. That your body, your mind, and your emotions are the vehicle through which we travel through our journey on planet Earth. But it is the divine truth within you that defines who you really are. Deep breath. Stretch a bit. You can open your eyes when you're ready.
Many of you cry. Brother, brother, there's far too many of you die. You know we got to find a way to bring some love in here today. Father, Father, we don't need to war is not the answer. Only love can conquer hate. You know we got to find a way to bring some love in here today. Picket lines, picket signs, don't punish me with brutality. Talk to me so you can see what's going on. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Mother, mother, everybody thinks we're wrong. Who are they to judge us simply because our hair is long? You know we gotta find a way to bring some love in here today. Picket signs, picket lines, don't punish me with brutality. Talk to me so we can see what's going on. What's going on? What's going on? Tell me what's going on.
Beautiful, absolutely beautiful. What is going on? You know, it is all about love, and we forget that. At least I forget it sometimes. When the stress is coming in, when the wars are breaking out, when I forget that I am unconditional love. God is unconditional love. We're all brothers and sisters. We're all on this planet together, not only those in this sanctuary today, but all over this beautiful planet that we live on. We are all one from the same source, no matter what we call that source, whatever name we give to it. And when we reach out in anger, when we reach out in hurt, we are really hurting our own hearts. And as we continue this techniques of abundant living, today it's all about healing the heart. And the heart is that space of love, of life, that moves in and through us and out of us and blesses those all around us, or harms all those around us. We get to choose what's going on. We get to choose the words we use, like bless your heart. Bless your little heart. And when our hearts are blessed, we receive that blessing of love. And when we share that out into the world, that love, we're really giving it back to ourselves. The universal law of love is God. And that practice that each of us every day has the opportunity to move through is amazing. as we go through our day, if I wake up and I do my own inner work and I sit in prayer and I send love to every part of my body, right? That's what Myrtle Fillmore taught us to do. The very first thing she did was affirm that I am a beautiful child of God and I did not inherit sickness. And Myrtle Fillmore is our co-founder at Unity. And this was back in the 1890s. And she began daily to talk to her body, to every cell, to every organ, to every system, and send love. Only loving thoughts to herself. And so as I practice that in my own daily practice, I see the miracles that happen. I'm able to move in and through my day in a loving manner. No matter what chaos is going on, no matter what hurtful words are coming, no matter what I see in the outer world, I get to stay in the presence of love. And when I forget, because I do sometimes, I don't know about you all, but it's hard when you're bombarded constantly, or you feel like you're bombarded constantly, or you take it personal, right? Anybody ever take anything personal that somebody else says? Yeah. Then I have to just be aware of it. Okay, I lost my balance, I lost my harmony, so now I take a breath, and I get back into that heart space. And sometimes it's just as simple as putting my hands on my heart and feeling that energy, right? Because the Master Teacher Jesus taught us that all of us are capable of healing. We're capable of healing our own selves first. And if we believe that with our words and our thoughts, we can also teach others to heal themselves. We can't do it for them. We all are responsible for our own space. We're all responsible for our own physical bodies, for our own mental state. But we can show them the way, just as Jesus showed us the way. And when we forget, we send them more love. So how many of you all have ever been in a conflict and realized that you got sucked in, right? Because that's what happens. Typically, we just get sucked in somebody else's anger, and then we're angry. Some of you have stopped in that moment and thought, okay, I'm just going to send you love. Anybody ever experience that? What happens? Most of the time, the other person will shift, or your perception of them will shift, and you'll see it in a different light. You'll see them as the child of God that they truly are, instead of the darkness that's coming out at that moment. It's truly amazing. So, all healing starts with faith. Everything starts with faith. Every technique, we have to believe it. And if we don't believe it, we have to have faith that it's the truth and that we will begin to believe it. Sometimes I don't recognize the blessings until after it's over. The challenges that come on a daily basis are really blessings. I'm here to learn a lesson, and others are here to teach the lesson, just as I'm here to teach others. It's that reciprocal of life, that cycle of living. And when we live from our heart space as love, we have a consciousness of humanity. And we can actually change something that's going on across the globe. So when we all gather together in prayer and we focus on a specific challenge in the world, that is a ripple effect that's going. That love responds all over the world, and especially to that area where we're holding them in prayer. So if you don't have a prayer partner, I suggest you find one. And if you need help finding a prayer partner, let me know. We'll hook you up with someone. Because that prayer and that giving of love and receiving of love changes everything about us. It changes our entire life for the good, because that's what love is, good. Now, in our heart space, I'm going to go to the metaphysical meaning here, and those of you that are new to Unity, the metaphysical meaning here is what Charles Fillmore, after many years of reading and contemplating and being in the silence, gave to certain words from the Bible, or people or places. So the metaphysical meaning of the heart, this is from the Revealing Word. The heart is love, the affectional consciousness of humanity. It is the faculty through which we receive love from being. The heart, however, is but the visible expression of an invisible center of consciousness. It is the center from which the divine substance is poured forth. Everyone uses the heart center when we send forth love and a loving thought. And that's what we're here to do. Send forth love to ourselves, especially. Because how many of you guys feel like you were never loved at some point in your life? We have the capacity to love ourselves. And it's really a challenge to love someone else, especially in their darkest moments, if we cannot love ourselves first. So self-love is that healing energy that can motivate you into using the divine substance to create whatever it is in your life that you desire, whether it's health or wealth or relationships. It's all intertwined. There's no separation. It's that invisible substance that is alive within each of us, that is alive everywhere present, and that is ours to tap into. And we start from the heart space and then send it to the mind. Our words come out softer. Our words are loving. They're beneficial to each other. And our relationships will blossom and grow. And it's really our choice, as is every aspect of our being. Heart, good and evil. The heart of the ungenerated human is both good and evil, but the evil is without foundation in being and has no sustaining power outside of our belief in reality. When the heart is purged of all thoughts adverse to good, we consciously contact the underlying God substance. So when those evil or error thinking comes in, that's also from our heart. but it's from a hardened heart, right? It's from a heart that is clenched tight and unwilling to be open and free. And so as we shift the thinking to that good or God substance, it releases our hearts. It releases the hardening. And if you've ever had any challenges with your heart, like high blood pressure, what happens? What happens to our heart when we're stressed? How many people get stressed on a daily basis? Okay. What happens to our heart? Anybody ever had anxiety attacks? You know, and the heart's fluttering, and you're going like, "Whoa, wait a minute, what's going on?" Really? We have to stop and breathe and come back to our center and harmonize ourselves. That stress is toxic to this heart muscle. It's toxic to our love. It cuts and blocks the flow. High or low blood pressure is caused because we're stressed and our adrenaline is flowing too much sometimes, as is irregular heartbeats. What happens to our heart when we're frustrated, are angry? Right. That's when the hardening comes in. That's when the blocks come in. When we let that anger fester. Because where does it fester? It festers in our heart. Yeah. They need to calm down. That's right. So when you feel yourself angry, because we all get it, anger is part of everyday life. You know, it's part of who we are. It's a fact of where we live at in this century, with technology being what it is. We have a lot of anger in our world right now. And so, sitting in that daily prayer at noon downstairs in the chapel, one of the intentions is to send love into the world. So wherever you're at noon, I ask you to join in with those of us that are here praying, and those that are at Unity Village praying, and those that are at everywhere in the world praying. Just stop for 20 minutes with the intention of sending love and life into the world. It will help the outer when it comes from the inner, but more than that, it will change the molecule within the physical body for you. I loved today's daily word when I saw it, the guidance of the loving heart. There's an affirmation that Eric Butterworth gave us in the book that I took these techniques out of. It's called Truth Unity. And the affirmation is, I am one with the one great heart that beats for all. I am one with the one great heart that beats for all. Can we say that together? I am one with the one great heart that beats for all. And we affirm that for each other, that we are one with the source, and that love is all that really matters. We are one with God, yes. So as we reflect, he goes on to say, my heart is blessed. The pure love and life of God pulsates through it in the perfect rhythm and order. It is cleansed of all misunderstandings, in harmony, impurity, and disease. There is perfect circulation, perfect respiration, and perfect digestion going on in me constantly. My heart is not the source of life, but life is the creator of my heart. Because life is eternal activity, my heart acts in perfect unison with the even, regular, firm, powerful action of life. I do not see nor fear the possibility of losing life, because I see my whole body as the evidence of life's all-powerful presence. My heart is untroubled and unafraid. It is perfect in God's love. I am free from tension, stress, and strain. My blood pressure is normal, my pulse is steady, and my heart is strong and whole. And I give that to each of you, and you can find it on truthunity.net. If you just look up Abundant Living, Healing the Heart, it's right there, and you can affirm it for yourself every day when you're doing your own inner work, because it does start from the inside, and it goes outward into the world and blesses each of us. With positive attitude, speech, and actions, heal the heart and let that ripple effect come from you. One beat at a time, over this land that is our land, both yours and mine, for all eternity. And so it is. Namaste.
As I went walking that ribbon of highway, I saw above me that endless skyway. I saw below me that golden valley. This land was made for you and me. This land is your land. This land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water, this land was made for you and me. I've roamed and rambled, and I followed my footsteps to the sunny bright sands of her diamond desert. And all around me, a voice was singing, this land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water, this land was made for you and me. It was early one morning, and I was a-strolling, with the wheat fields waving and the dust clouds rolling, and the fog was lifting, and a voice came chanting, this land was made for you and me. This land is your land, this land is my land. From California to the New York Island, from the redwood forest to the Gulf Stream water, this land was made for you and me.
We are truly blessed here. We're blessed from our hearts and with the community and love all around us. And as our ushers move to come forward, we're going to do our prosperity blessing together. We just take these gifts and we infuse them with that love, that light that we truly are. so that we can send it out into the world 1,000-fold. Together, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. Now, as we send these gifts into the world, let us affirm together. We are stewards of divine abundance. We give and receive with gratitude, and we see these gifts blessing not only ourselves, but the world as love. So I'm going to do some really quick announcements because we have a special guest here today that's going to say a few words. So we're going to start the food pantry back up again here. I got a call that there are several families in the area that could use some help with food. So, especially at Cochran Elementary, Englehart Elementary, and Wheatley Elementary. So we're going to begin to collect non-perishable goods that are not expired, please. And if you want a gift card, $25, something like that. And we'll be taking them downstairs. There'll be a box, but here's a list of items that you can donate. That's really what's needed in our city right now, is to feed our children and the families. We have some healing listening circles coming up. Dr. Lavina Wilkins, who spoke last week, and Tony Belak, who works with Lavina, and Kim Castle, who also works with Lavina, will be coming in and doing healing listening circles on Wednesday, February the 19th. And then on Sunday, February the 23rd. And then the three of them are going to come in and do Trust Leaders, a workshop on February the 29th and March the 1st. So make sure you sign up for those downstairs because we'll be having lunch for that. And I'll need to know how many people we have for that weekend. We have a lot going on. Our youth have their annual Valentine's Day this month, so come on in. And now, because we have a special activity this afternoon after church, I'm going to invite Philip Cherry up for a moment, and Tyrone and Thaddeus. No, you don't need this?
Thank you. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. We're going to do a special show today for you at the conclusion of this morning's service. In honor of African American History Month, we're going to look at the work of Langston Hughes, great American writer, and we're going to give you just a little sampling of that here today at this moment, and hopefully you will join us for the entire show. I think you'll find it very engaging. Mr. Tyrone Cotton does amazing blues music. Mr. Thaddeus Pinckney is the narrator, and I recite the poetry of Langston Hughes. So we're going to do a poem for you. A little poem is called Life is Fine. I went down to the river, sat down on the bank, tried to think, but I couldn't. So I jumped in and sank. I came up once and I hollered. I came up twice and I cried. that water hadn't been so cold, I might have sunk and died.
But it was cold in that water. It was cold.
Yes, it was. I took the elevator 16 floors above the ground, thought about my baby, and thought I would jump down. I stood there and I hollered. I stood there and I cried. Whew. If it hadn't have been so high, I might have jumped and died.
But it was high, high up there. It was high.
So since I'm still here living, I guess I'll live on. I could have died for love, but for living I was born. Though you may see me holler and you may hear me cry, I'll be dog sweet, baby, if you're gonna see me die.
Life is fine, fine as wine. Life is fine, life is fine, fine as wine. Life is fine.
Thank you. Come and enjoy the entire show with us. We appreciate that very much. Thank you very much. Thank you, Valerie.
So come back and enjoy that. Go downstairs, get something to drink, take care of yourself, and then come back up and be a part of this wonderful opportunity that we have. And now, as I don't think our children are coming up, are they? Are they here? Are they here? Well, let's just sing for them wherever they are. If they're going to come up, we'll please stand and we'll sing "Love is Surely Faithful."
Love is gentle, love is kind, love is surely faithful. We are truly sharing our hearts, love is surely faithful. Love is happy, love is sad, love is all embracing. We are truly sharing our hearts, love is all embracing. Go with the flow. Love is simple, love is good, love is what the world needs. We are truly sharing our peace, love is what the world needs. We'll give the world the love it needs. Y'all are awesome.
All right, now for our prayer for protection. Together. The light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. And now for our peace song.
Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as creator, united all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Now there is peace on earth, and it has begun with me. Namaste, y'all.